A so this one is going to be about letting go of past trauma. And so if you watch my previous videos, sorry, I'm like playing my saxophone right now, and that's part of the process. Music, like creating things, like drawing or writing, playing music, playing a musical instrument, is so therapeutic. And but the main way to let go of past traumas is just by going back to the moment, always being in the here and now, and being in that observance, being that isness of being, And when the process first starts, it can be really, really, really hard and challenging. At least for me, it's been really hard because it feels, and I've talked about this before, because it feels like you grow so much and then you just get shoved back and shoved back into like a dark space sometimes. And but what I wanted to say is that it's once you keep doing it over and over and over again, it becomes easier and easier and easier, you know. And it's all, like I said, it's all about going back to the moment. And oh my gosh, I've talked about sound in my recent videos. Like that has been so amazing for me, and it's been probably the number one thing that has helped me get into those states of being, into those present states. And like, so had like a lot of trauma, and I was first like hospitalized when I was like 19. And there was a lot of trauma that happened in between then. And I've gone into like states of schizophrenia and like had schizophrenic states. But meditating, one, and like doing Kriya yoga helps you clear out your vessel. And I've talked about this before, but yeah, getting into the present and staying there is so hard when or it's challenging when you're like out and about. Like you can get there in meditation, but it's harder to stop those old repeating thought pattern loops and stuff and thought knots. But if you're able to do that during your everyday life, you can really change your whole programming of your brain. And like I think schizophrenics, they're like telepathic beings and like creator beings and if you want to watch my video, Becoming a God, that one kind of explains that whole thing. But yeah, they get stuck in these lower frequencies like fear and anger. Like anger leads into fear and doubt and stuff. And they get stuck there, and then while they're stuck there, they have these thought pattern loops that they get hooked into, or like these energies or entity attachments that could have been external, or they might have even created it themselves. Or it could be somebody in their life, like that's kind of like a succubus or demonic type of energy. They have a demonic type of energy. They might not be conscious of it, which I definitely went through, but just by the way that they act and the emotions that they're in all the time, that creates that lower frequency being on like other densities, like in other like darker realms that still interact with ours. But when you're in those higher frequencies, that's how you start to block them out. And then when you're present in the moment, that's how you block them out even more so. So like if you fall in love with the moment, or I've been falling in love with sound and like listening to my saxophone while I play, or oming is really good. You can focus on the sound of oming. But the technique that's so good is just like when you have those thought pattern loops come up again, you have to first recognize what's a thought pattern loop, and then as soon as it comes up, or as soon as you can remember to go back to the moment, you keep going back to the moment, and you fall in love with the sound that you hear again. And it's basically like driving a neon, I don't know, like a really bright rainbow colored stake right through the heart of those demons, or those lower frequency vibrations. Like if you think about Archangel Michael's sword, it's like that's how you do it. That's how you drive that sword right through them, you know. Um, yeah. So I think a lot about my throat chakra and my heart chakra blending together, like listening with kind of that and creating that blue energy and mixing it with the love, you know, and yeah, it's been working amazingly. But it also takes continual like practice and meditation, because like I've gotten into these states where I'm like, wow, do I even need to meditate anymore? And then the reply is like, yes, you definitely do, because it'll be like, oh yeah, I can just listen and be in the moment too, but meditation really gets you into like the purest state and lets a lot of really higher frequencies come in that you can't necessarily do while just going about your day, because you're still, when you're looking at things and you're still analyzing and like going out to work, and you have to think, you know. But meditation, you take all of that out. So it's like listening and loving plus no input, sensory input whatsoever. And they say like, and I've kind of got to these states too, where you, when meditation, your body feels like it almost dissolves into the space around you, and that's like becoming one with God, you know, getting into that God consciousness, and there is no separation, you know. That's that state that is necessary to be able to get into the flow state of being, you know. Yeah, but and like doing even more things, like God, if I, in the beginning when I first was hospitalized, if like I just went out, didn't take any medication, and I started first sitting in the morning for like 30 minutes doing yoga, and then doing Kundalini yoga, and then doing like another 30-minute sit, doing Kriya yoga, moving energy up and down your spine. Gosh, that doing those four things every single morning, if you can do those, that's probably like 2 hours worth of things that you do. But you do that every morning. Also weightlifting and hiking and swimming, like you can shoot, like switch between those. But doing those four things in the morning, if I had done those in the very beginning, I would be like so much farther ahead of where I am right now, because yeah, getting into that discipline, and it really changes your programming so fast, especially like doing those in combination with one another. The Kundalini yoga, like I feel like it burns you from the inside out, you know. You do the breath of fire, right? And you create that white hot energy inside of you, and you purge out all the lower frequencies from your vessel, and then you take that in, and you calm it down with the meditation afterwards. Also, filling up your chakras, definitely look at that video. But if you did those four things, that would definitely be, it would be so beneficial to you. And yeah, so yeah, more videos to come, guys. Thanks for watching.